What if I told you that you could actually catch fish in a small, tiny little creek like that here in Japan? Well, you might think I'm crazy because it's, I don't know, I think that's like 5 inches deep, but these little tiny creeks hold a huge surprise in them. Today, we're going to be fishing around these tiny little creeks here in the urban town here, and hopefully we can catch some fish for you guys today. I'm really excited. This is a style of fishing that I've wanted to do for quite a while, and I've seen it on Instagram a lot where this guy specifically only really fishes these tiny creeks, and it looks like he has a lot of fun throwing some top water. So today we're gonna give it a whirl, see what we can do for ourselves here in the streets of Japan. So let's go. So every day when I'm passing by some of these places, you always see these tiny little canals, and basically you can see that there's a carp right there, but there's also the Japanese catfish that is in these canals, and that's kind of the main focus that we're fishing for today. And so we're gonna see if we can't catch ourselves some Japanese catfish in these tiny little canals. Now, the main way that I've seen before how guys will catch them is just on our top water. So today I've got this tiny joker from DRT, and it's basically just a wake bait, and hopefully we'll see if the catfish want to play nice today and come up and hit it. So let's get it on. Oh my gosh, just got bit, got licked up there. Got him. Your shot. Oh, she came off. No way. She came off. That was it. We had one. Oh my goodness. So yeah, as you guys can tell, they're kind of stacked up underneath here. You guys can't even see it, but I missed them. She came off. So these catfish, I've caught them before. They hit pretty big stuff. So obviously I'm throwing a tiny joker, which is obviously on the smaller side, but I've caught them on a Clash 9 before, like full-on glide bait. And so they are pretty aggressive and fairly easy to catch overall. And you just kind of find them in spots like this. And sometimes you can sight fish them. Other times you can just kind of blind cast under docks or spots like that. But I'm gonna see if there's one up here. Doesn't get much urban than that when the Shinkansen's running by you. All right, boys, we actually got one. All right, that is it right there. Japanese catfish. Look at that fucking thing. On the tiny joker. So that's what they look like, boys. So sick. Nice. Slimy little bugger. Nice, beautiful Namazu right there. That's what you do it for. Alright, as you guys saw, the Japanese Namazu is very, very similar to like the Wels catfish in Europe, where they're like long, very snake-looking-esque, and very, very aggressive. So these are basically the smaller version of the Wels catfish, and that's another fish that I really want to catch is the Wels catfish, just because they're so cool. Big, giant catfish that eat giant lures. Like, who doesn't want to do something like that? So it's fun. You can catch them on literally bass baits like this. So let's try and catch another one. You missed it. Got him that time. Oh my god. Oh, no way. You missed it. They are absolutely stacked under this bridge. All right, we're gonna give these guys a rest and keep going down. I will say the hookup to land ratio on Namazu is pretty low. So I mean, they hit it pretty hard, but then what they end up doing is just shaking so violently and so fast that a lot of times they just spit the lure out. So that's kind of what's happened. I'm 1 for 3 on Namazu, boys, which isn't amazing, but I'll take the 1. And to be honest with you, I don't even know necessarily how they get into these little canals, but I guess when you have heavy floods here and it raises these waters and these creeks up, they kind of just swim up, and then I guess they hit some point to where they can't go any further, and that's where they might stay for a while until it floods again, and then they can move up or go down. So very, very interesting. Now I know in these urban canals, these fish can really eat anything. I mean, they're so aggressive. They're very similar to Wels catfish in that, you know, if they think they can take it down, they're going to take whatever it is down. So they'll eat, you know, rats, they'll eat snakes, they'll eat lizards, they'll eat frogs, like wide variety of different things. And just really, really fun fishing. All right, well, we came back to old Reliable because I guess the rest of this creek does not set up the same way. All right, well, looks like they have caught on to my tricks, which is fair. You miss 2 and you land 1, and it's literally 1 spot. So maybe come back a little later, see if we can't finish out this video. All right, we've come back after a few hours, and we're gonna see if these guys want to bite again today. Yeah, well, he missed it. That sounded so massive, and he missed it. Why did he miss it, fellas? That was ridiculous. How did he miss it? I dropped the ball. Oh my gosh. No way. He missed it. That was a big one. Oh, that was a big one, fellas. Oh. Very wary. Oh, oh my gosh. There's no way. How is he not getting it? How is he not getting it? All right, fellas. Well, can't say we didn't try. That is going to be a wrap. Well, we gave it a good shot. First time actually chasing after Namazu, and it's something that I can see myself kind of getting addicted to. I mean, it's super shallow water in these tiny little creeks, and there's some decent sized catfish in these spots, and they fight like crazy, and the blow-ups are like pretty gnarly. I definitely do not even have the right setup for this. Like, the main setup that you want is actually like a really soft rod, because the way they bite it, it's so ferocious, and it's on a hard bait too with treble hooks. Like, you want a softer rod. I was just throwing a Megabass Mark 56 with the tiny joker, bantam, like just a setup that you definitely do not use for catfishing, but it's all I had, and what I had is what I got done with today. So maybe in the future I try this again, and maybe I link up with somebody who's actually a professional at Namazu fishing. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching this short video. I will try and actually catch some bass, hopefully someday soon on this lake, and hopefully it'll be a good video then. But until then, thank you guys ever so much for watching. We'll see you guys on the next adventure. Johnny.